Last time on my Crynicles, there's nothing I want more though than to see you, so I don't really know what else to ask for.
Okay, when we're together. Like maybe God wants us to wait to see each other.
What does God have to do with it?
He has everything to do with it. If it was meant to be, it wouldn't be this hard.
It's not hard, Samuel. You could literally make it so with $300. I have a job, you know. Do you want me to go half?
No, there's just a lot going on right now.
That you owe JU $13,000?
What?
Yes, it's okay to miss me, but do you love yourself?
What? Of course I do.
Then it shouldn't hurt you like this to be without me. Maybe we should just tone it down a bit. God will find a way to bring us back together. Until, I think it's best we just focus on ourselves.
When Samuel said we were focusing on ourselves, he really meant it. I don't know why it surprised me so much. He'd done the same thing to me before, but damn, I thought what we had was actually special this time. 'Cause I'm a fool. It was so easy for him to disregard my feelings, to disregard me. I used to wonder if he missed me even half as much as I missed him. Maybe just a smidge. Did he ever want to call me, but then talk himself out of it to spare me hope? I guess it was easier to just rip the Band-Aid off, but I could not seem to stop bleeding. At what point was my wound going to scab over? The only thing that kept me from harassing him with "Are you up?" text was because I knew it would not help my case that I was capable of being just fine without him. Plus, I needed to get my life together. Anyway, I told myself I was not allowed to hit up Samuel until I was back in school. He didn't know about me not being able to return to JU and I kind of owing them $10,000, and it was better off that way. Because, if he thought I was a mess before, that would only make him feel even better about leaving me in the dust. With the way my financial situation was looking, I estimated we wouldn't speak until the fall.
Did you apply for the Direct Plus loan?
Yes, but they only gave me $2,000.
And there's no one else who can help you?
With $8,000? No.
Did you try any of the banks?
I tried to, but I didn't want to keep running my credit.
I understand. Unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do at this point.
I can't even get my transcript sent to a different school.
Not with holds on your account. I've heard them being more flexible if you pay half.
But until I obtain $4,000, I can't go here or anywhere else, basically.
I'm sorry.
Me too. The way I saw it, I had two options. Drop out of school until we paid back JU, or go back to Mizzou. And I really wasn't trying to take a semester off or a year off because it felt like I was putting my life on hold. I just wanted to finish school. So I applied back to Mizzou on the 7th of January, got accepted on the 15th after going back and forth trying to get them to overlook the fact that I did not have an official transcript. I got JU to put in writing that they would send my transcript to Mizzou if we got to the halfway point of what I owed, so Mizzou was going to let me enroll in classes for the spring. Fall was going to be a different story for a different day, though. Classes started that next Tuesday, on the 19th, and I want to say I found a place to stay by Sunday. And then I immediately went to secure a job at Cracker Barrel because the one I worked at in Jacksonville gave me a glowing reference. So by Wednesday, I was back in class at Mizzou and already employed like nothing happened. I was actually feeling pretty good about myself and my future for that first week back in Missouri. Within one weekend, I transferred schools, moved across the country, secured employment and an apartment, even got food stamps. Sometimes I'm such a capable person. Why was my self-esteem so fragile? And shit, was it fragile. I don't know what I was expecting when I saw Samuel again, but a head nod was not it. We hadn't spoken since before New Year's, although I suspected he knew because Josh knew. And a few days after this, his best friend Lily, the one he'd gotten the Michael Kors watch for, actually hit me up on Twitter about it. So it's possible he thought I was just visiting, and as negative as my mind was, my heart was still annoyingly optimistic. I like to believe he cared. Here I was thinking that perhaps when he saw me, all the old feelings would return and he'd want to reconcile since, according to the excuse he gave me, distance was the problem. But no, I might as well have been That one stranger he met that one time at that one place who wasn't even worth verifying what her name was. A month ago, he was telling me I'd be his wife. Now he barely spared me a glance. Alex, Samuel's here. Why is he here?
What?
Samuel is here.
Fuck, Samuel.
Yeah, but can we leave?
What way?
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Did you drink something?
No, I just don't want to be here anymore.
Yo, you can't let him have that kind of power over you. You better bust the fuck up.
I did not have the qualifications to be a boss, though. Not even close. I was a slave to my emotions, and right then, they wanted to burst into tears. So I didn't really have a choice but to remove myself from the dance floor and make a beeline for the bathroom. Of course, all the stalls were taken, so I had to settle for leaning over the sink trying to pull myself together. When did he even start going to parties? I should have been the safest surrounded by sin. But yet, there he was.
You okay, boo? What did you have to drink?
Reality.
Are you alone? Where are your friends?
I'm fine, really. Just dramatic. Enjoy your night. Thank you.
Sierra!
Eli, hey.
What are you doing here? I thought you left us for Florida.
I did. But some shit happened and now I'm back.
Money?
Money.
Well, I'm glad you're back. We gotta kick it sometime.
For sure. Congratulations on crossing, by the way.
Thanks, cutie. You still got the same number?
Yeah, text me. We'll come back to Eli later. The first half of spring semester 2016 still very much belonged to Samuel.
Who is this girl Samuel's all caked up with on Snapchat?
What? When did he even start snapping again?
What do you mean?
He told me that.
Is there a way you can make it so certain people can't see your story?
Fucking bastard!
I think I'm going to
told
take
me he was going on a social
cleanse for
media
a while.
cleanse.
It's just so
What?
negative. I'm going to delete all my
This
apps.
whole time? Oh, here, I'll show you. Idiot! Y'all, I must have watched this man's Snap story 20 times that night. The absurdity of it all, I just couldn't fathom. Samuel was lying in his bed with his legs draped over some girl while they pretended to study with the caption saying, "I'm definitely getting an A." And yes, of course they had some gospel track blaring in the background. My math was correct. We were planning our wedding the beginning of December. He didn't cut me off until after Christmas. The night of the Alpha Back to School party where he gave me the head nod was Saturday, January 24th. And I know this incident was before Valentine's Day because me and Merryck didn't find out who this girl was until Valentine's Day when he posted her on his IG. So me finding out what a fucking liar he was took place somewhere between the last week of January and the first week of February. It had nothing to do with me not loving myself enough. And this nigga owed me an apology. So I texted him. But I was trying to be chill at first because, not to let him know that I knew about the new bitch because, mind you, I was still blocked, so I shouldn't have been seeing his stories. But Samuel was smart. Remember, he knew exactly what I was doing. But wait, this was the same man who once told me regardless of anything else that was going on, I could ask him for help, right? Okay, so basically, that was a lie too. Oh, you don't want to be called a liar, I figured.
I heard you've been Snapchatting.
I heard you've been too. He was probably referring to the snap rant I went on about how I was always losing men to women who were not as pretty as me. So I needed to work on my character flaws, which was true. I know beauty is within the eyes of the beholder, but come on. Both Philip and Samuel clearly chose girls for their personalities, which is what you're supposed to do. It just hurt knowing my personality wasn't good enough. Because you can always change how you look, but how am I supposed to change who I am? I couldn't even figure which parts of myself to throw away. And it never occurred to me that maybe we just weren't as compatible as I thought. Nevertheless, it irritated me greatly that this nigga had people watching my stories and reporting back to him. And I had to let him know he wasn't the only one with his ear to the fucking streets. Are you talking to someone else?
Yes.
So distance had nothing to do with this.
No, it did. I only just started talking to her.
When?
About 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Well, which is it? Because 4 weeks ago you were still talking to me.
Maybe it was 2.
And maybe you're lying.
It's not like that.
How can it not be like that, Samuel?
We weren't talking when you and I were talking.
When did you meet her?
I've known her since like our freshman year.
And you just started liking her 2 weeks ago.
I don't know, but we weren't talking when you and I were talking.
So, you've known her as long as you've known me, but suddenly, out of the blue, you want to be with her?
Have your feelings never changed about anything?
If I have strong feelings about something, real feelings, they can't just change like that. I mean, we were planning our wedding last month. I don't understand how you can be so sure about something one day and then have the same certainty about something else the next day.
What made you come back to Mizzou?
I couldn't afford JU, and they weren't going to send my transcript anywhere else. So, it's either come back here, where the majority of my credits were, or drop out of school until we paid them $8,000. I still hate it here. My feelings haven't changed. It was just the smartest choice.
I'm sorry.
So, she really had nothing to do with us?
No.
So it was me then. I must have failed one of his stupid tests and he jumped ship. Yes, it was possible that he talked to both of us at the same time and he decided to pick the more convenient person, but it was also possible that my own insecurities drove him into the arms of a more secure woman. Besides, it's not like I had proof. I'd spent the past month blaming myself anyway, so continuing that trend wasn't hard. So yeah, I let him leave on that note. It wasn't until we found out her identity that all the missing numbers started coming in, and I knew for sure this nigga was fucking lying to me. On Valentine's Day, he went all out for this girl. Rose petals everywhere, gifts, a card, the confetti hearts all over the ceilings, and posted the whole thing on IG so I could see exactly what I was missing. This was not something you did for a girl you only just started talking to for a month. Right? After all, we talked for 3 and I didn't even get a Christmas present. Boy, I was sick. I never got posted. This is something that always bothered me, would always bother me. I hated to see men claim other women when they never claimed me. Like, I was always a side chick, the secret. It became even more blatantly obvious that I was a side chick when we identified her as a gamma. Remember the gammas who he had hard eyes for right before he decided it was too damn much for him to fly to Florida? I just don't see how he had time to talk to both of us. Class all day, practice all afternoon, talking to me every night, games every weekend? Like when? Josh even said he never saw her at the house.
Well, honestly, she probably couldn't talk to him much online.
Online?
Yeah, girl, when you pleasure, you got no life, okay? You with your line sisters, what, 24/7? And if you're not with them, you have to keep your phone free because people from the sorority will call you at all hours. And not to mention, girl, you can't even study. You can't sleep and you can barely eat. God damn. Oh, also, your GPA literally has to be high enough so it can survive the hit it will take for the semester. Like, damn. These niggas can catch no break.
That's crazy. You think he was just talking to me because he was bored while she was on lockdown?
He had to because he was one of her biggest sponsors.
Sponsor?
Yeah, it takes a lot of money to pledge. People ask their family and friends to chip in all the time. You can't even really leave your house. So you have to have people bring you food, pay your bills, you know, the whole nine.
You didn't know he was sponsoring her?
I didn't even know this girl existed until like 2 weeks ago.
Damn, I thought everybody knew they had been talking.
How much does it cost to pledge?
Like 2, maybe 3 grand?
Dollars, cash, money, $3,000 for some letters?
It's not cheap. I know a lot of people who take out loans.
Well, that explains why he couldn't afford to see me anymore.
If he was even coming to begin with.
Facts. So either Samuel had always liked the girl and was wasting my time from the start, or when he saw her on stage wearing her letters, he suddenly fell in love. Could he be that shallow that he suddenly saw her in a different light because she was now part of some expensive, exclusive club? What's so special about being Greek anyway? I'm sure it's not that hard. I could become one if I really wanted.
Shh. Do not let anyone hear you talking like that.
What are they gonna do? Beat my ass? I was talking big shit, of course. I didn't have the community service hours nor the money to even be considered. I couldn't even get approved for another loan to pay back JU, let alone something as frivolous as dues. I never understood Greek life, especially black Greek life. The way the white people do it, you come to school a week early and dedicate that whole week into finding the right house for you. Get hazed for a few days maybe, and then you're in. Your hardship might not end there, but at least you earned your letters. Whereas in black Greek life, you have to go through your own private research and come to them secretly and correctly. And your hazing process takes weeks, months? I don't know. However long they just want to torture you. I'm not saying being Greek is lame. I'm saying what y'all put each other through is. Why do black people fetishize suffering so much? Yeah, let's make being a part of our group 10 times as hard as the white people do it, since life isn't already hard enough. We get the chance to do things differently and better, but we'd rather make it worse. We already don't get the same perks like generational wealth to buy fancy campus mansions or as many business connections upon graduation, but we'll make up for the extra amount of torture by dancing at every function so people know we're the cool kids. And we want to belong so badly that nobody changes it. I imagine it's the same reason why people join gangs. We don't feel like we're a part of society, so we band together. Because we want friends and to belong, yes, but we want status more. You want something that distinguishes you from the next person. Makes you feel superior than the general population. It becomes less about brother and sisterhood and more about I survived, I endured, I am this, and now I would die for this. Really? You would die for this? You would die for the person who beat the shit out of you? Those were love taps. Or would you die for your right to beat someone else the same way you got beat? How do y'all not hate each other? I could see the bond you build with the ones you're going through it with, but the ones inflicting it on you, I guess y'all just think about how they had to go through the same things and it helps you forgive them. I just hope y'all are getting softer with time and not harder. I pray you're not going through a bad week and decide to put a little extra force in that punch, that paddle, the kick. Because it's unnecessary. More pain, more gain should only be something applied in the gym, not relationships of any kind. But what do I know? I'm just a hater on the outside looking in. I admit, I rarely ever had 2 consecutive thoughts about Greek life before Samuel left me for the Gamma, so my perspective was from a bitter place. I remember coming home one night from freshman year and seeing my white roommates doing something long and tedious for a float or something, thinking, nope, I don't need any extra work. And that was it. That was enough to make me cross pledging off my list. No probate, no party, no amount of clout swayed my decision in the slightest. But Samuel, choosing her over me, made me rethink. Maybe they were better. Maybe there is something to be said that you were good enough to get into this group where so many others were excluded. You got the letters, you got the friends, you got the guy. You should be proud of that. Within a month, this girl got everything she wanted. That was an accomplishment. I wasn't mad at her. I was mad at him. I was mad at myself. And I was doing a great job being mad at him for about a month. Friday, March 4th. And the only reason I remember this exact date is because I took these pictures before and after we went out that night. I borrowed this jacket. I was feeling cute. And you're about to see why.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking for Merryck.
You need help?
I'm good.
Can I talk to you then?
About what?
I want us to be friends, see?
I thought that wasn't a good idea. Remember? Isn't that what you said?
I miss you.
Why are you doing this? What do you want from me?
Why can't we just be cool?
What is cool, Samuel? What is that?
Not this. Stop being mad at me.
I can't. I'm hurt. Do you get that? You hurt me. I can't even look at you without feeling pain. Can you sympathize a little here?
I'm trying. I just never know what to say to you.
So say nothing. You're so good at that most of the time.
I can't say nothing when you look like that.
I always look like this.
I guess I forgot.
Get away from me.
It's my birthday. You know, you have to be nice to me.
I don't have to do anything. I know it's not. Your birthday is Sunday.
You remember my birthday?
I remember everything.
You do. I wish you didn't.
He couldn't even be consistent in leaving me alone. How was I supposed to be consistent in getting over him? He lied to me, right? Broke my heart at least twice at this point. And I was just letting him wrap his arms around me like his damn little puppet. Shit, I missed him. This, right here, was all I'd been wanting for months. Months. Years. Somehow we landed against a car with his arms around me, and all I could think about was how this is how it should have been this whole time. I could have came back to Mizzou like I never left, and he made me his girlfriend. I would be the one he'd be proud to have, posting me all over his social media and treating me like a queen. But I wasn't. I was his side chick in Florida, his secret, the one he never gave the world to. Hello? Why is he giving you attention right now? You know what? No. You lost this privilege. Where's your girlfriend?
Can we just chill?
No.
Wait, what about my birthday present?
Come get it tomorrow.
You really got me one?
It was your Christmas present, but sure. Alright, before y'all judge me, this was a trap. I wasn't just gonna give him a gift, although I had a gift. You remember I made him the spaceship because it matched the stars in his room and his favorite color was red? So I had that for him, but I really just wanted to call him on his bullshit. But it's like he knew what I was doing, like always. So, like the wind changed, so did his demeanor towards me, and he no longer wanted to come get his gift. But I was not having that shit.
Thank you. You made this?
Yeah, and glass blowing.
It's pretty cool.
Can we go inside? I need to talk to you. It's cold.
Okay.
Did you mean what you said the other night? About missing me?
I was drunk.
Since when did you get drunk?
Why do you care?
Come on, Samuel, you know why. Why are you being like this?
I'm not being like anything.
You know how I feel about you. How I've always felt about you. So why? Why did you play with me? Why'd you lie to me?
I did not play with you. I never lied to you.
You told me you were only talking to me, but you sponsored that girl while she was online. You're gonna sit here and tell me there was nothing going on between you? You were just paying her bills. Then suddenly a month later, she's your girlfriend.
How do you even know about that?
Because obviously it wasn't a secret.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Then explain it to me, because it looks like you're lying and you've been lying since October. Can't you just admit it? You even put heart eyes on your story when she cries.
Look, it doesn't matter what you believe at this point, because it won't change anything. I don't feel that way about you anymore, and you can think whatever you want about it, but only I know the truth.
Are you gonna walk me out? Just for the record, I'm not proud of this.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to hurt you. I was taking advantage of his morals, and it was wrong. But he took advantage of my feelings, and that was wrong too. I shouldn't have put my hands on him. I knew better than that. Because, trust and believe, this was not something I would have pulled with Avery, since he was the type of man who would have probably beat my ass in retaliation. But if I could count on Samuel for one thing, it was being the bigger person.
Can you stop touching me?
Not like he considered my feeble punches real hits anyway. He was so solid. Physically, mentally, spiritually. God, I envied him. It was like strangling a statue trying to get a reaction. Very unsatisfying. I wish I had half his strength. And a quarter of my emotions. I'm sure they were written all over my stupid face in full form as usual, while he looked at me unbothered as ever. I was weak in just about every way. No wonder he didn't want me. Told you if you actually saw me mad, you wouldn't think it was cute. Yeah, I was finna cry in the car. I kinda fell apart a little bit after that. If I hated Mizzou before, I really hated it then. I always had a bit of a bad habit of being late to things, but getting out of bed became the hardest thing I had to do every day. I once called off work 5 minutes before I was supposed to come in because Cracker Barrel was only about a 7-minute drive from where I lived, so I could get dressed in about 2 minutes, and as long as I wasn't more than 10 minutes late, I didn't need a manager to clock me in. But by 4:55 p.m., I knew there was just no way I was pulling myself together. So yeah, I almost lost my job. I also almost failed Spanish and public speaking because they're my first classes of the day, and if you're late so many times, you'll be marked down a letter grade. Luckily, speech was an easy A, so even after they slashed my grade, I still landed on a B. Spanish, on the other hand, was something I set myself up to just never learn because I had to begin cheating to make up for the points during the exams and the homework that I was losing for attendance. I was also back to making horrible life choices. Ugh, you taste like weed.
Sorry, I brushed my teeth.
Okay, so listen, I can explain. At some point, Zahir had popped back up in my phone while I was in Florida, and because I was just so fucking happy living my best life talking to Samuel, I just didn't feel mad at him anymore. So we kind of made up. He didn't go to Mizzou anymore, but sometimes he would visit his friends, and apparently that also meant me. He'd always try to have sex naturally, and even though I was sad enough to let him hold me and kiss me, I wasn't quite low enough to let him have sex with me. I knew what he thought of me.
What's wrong, fam? You even more anti than usual.
Tired.
Yo ass never be tired. Making pancakes at 3 a.m. every night like a crackhead, so lie again.
Late in the night.
You still sad over Samuel. What happened again? He was talking to another girl the whole time?
It doesn't matter. You were right. I'm a pathetic loser. Tried so hard not to be, but he figured it out anyway.
I never said that shit.
You might as well have. I'm no trophy, remember? That's what you said. If I was, he would have kept me, right? But no, he chose the other girl. I failed. I lost. Maybe I never even stood a chance. I'm nobody's trophy, so what am I? The fucking participation award you don't even keep because it's worthless. It means nothing to have me. Trash.
Shut your crybaby ass up. Do you hear yourself? I'm getting secondhand angst just laying next to you. Who cares what we think? Who even are we? You'll meet a good dude one day and you won't think about us anymore.
Samuel was a good dude. Probably still is. Just not to me.
No, Samuel played you. Good dudes don't do that.
I played myself, thinking I could ever be with him.
Fuck that nigga. How long you gonna cry over him?
Until someone else makes me feel something else, I guess. That's usually how it goes.
Yes, get you some nice rebound dick. You'll be straight.
Yeah, because that worked out so well for me in the past.
If you could just open your legs and not your heart, it would. Oh, and your mouth. Can I have some head at least?
Girl, fuck you.
Are you ever going to get up?
For what?
Don't you got shit to do? It's noon.
It's Sunday. I don't work till 5.
Well, I got shit to do. Can you drop me back off?
Getting high isn't shit to do. Can't they pick you up?
Can't you get up?
No, I'm too tired.
Yes, you can. You just slept for 12 hours.
No, I really can't.
Try harder. Get up.
Dude, leave me alone.
No, we're going outside and we're gonna get some fresh air.
It's cold. I don't want to go outside.
It's 50. That's perfect spring weather.
hate it here. It's 75 in Florida.
Well, too bad. You're stuck here, just like the rest of us.
Don't want to go out there. Just let me go.
I'm not giving you a choice.
Please, just leave me alone. Just leave me here, please. Leave me alone. Don't let me go out there.
I'll get over you. Throw my phone, I'm calling. Yeah, K, oh cool. Broke a nigga hard at school. Try to play the part I knew. That you found you new boo. Okay, oh cool. Broke a nigga hard at school. Try to play the part I knew. That you found you new boo. Okay. I'll get over you. Throw my phone, I'm calling. Call what it go through. Damn. Call what it